Master the game and join dating and life coach Mr. Locario live in New York City on Saturday, March 25th in Times Square for the Bad Boy Seminar. Mr. Locario has some exclusive realistic approaches to the dating game that will help you be successful with women. Purchase your tickets at MrLocario.com. Space is extremely limited, so pick up your tickets today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.
So, Mr. Locario, we were talking about how often people in dating feel like they've invested a lot of time and energy into somebody and then feel more resistant to letting go of that person. Like,
right.
Even if that person's flaked on you a few times, even if, maybe she's kind of acting like, like she has an attitude, or maybe you think she's messing with other people and she's distracted and she's making excuses not to see you. But you feel like, I've invested so much time and
so
I like her. Maybe we had some good sex and,
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, the thing is, I always talk about, like, valuing who you are and also not taking bullshit and all that other craziness. But see, the thing is, this is a lot of times, and, women will do this, but men also, I'm starting to see do this a lot, where,
yes.
they get with a chick, and then they see that she's being unresponsive, or let's say they had sex with her once, maybe twice, whatever. They want to keep the shit going, and then they see she's being she's not really responding to them. She's not returning the text, whatever. And then so they keep going, they keep trying, they keep feeling like, well, let me hit her up one more time. And so since they sort of like been with her, or even a guy, let's say he hasn't had sex with a chick, he's texting her back and forth. They've been texting each other back and forth. He's trying to get a date with her or whatever. And he feels like, well, since I spent the hour on the phone with her, or I texted her back and forth already, I got to still keep trying to make it happen, even though she flaked on me twice. Because he felt like I spent all this time, you feel like you spent all this time trying to make it happen, right? So the thing I tell people is that it's kind of like you got to look at it like if you're playing like ping pong or something, right? So it's kind of like if you hit the fucking ball this way, the other person's supposed to hit the ball that way, back to you.
So if you text her,
she has to text you back. You
right?
understand what I'm
And you're
saying?
like, hey, what are you doing Friday? She'll be like, oh, I'm not busy after 5, and you'll be like, oh, well, I get out of work at 6, right? So like it's a back and forth.
Right. So this should be that communication there. So it's like if you're playing ping pong and you hit the ball over, they're supposed to hit it back. You hit the ball, hit it back. Now what people are doing now is that they're hitting the ball, right, and then the other person's just standing there, and the ball falls on the ground, and then you run over to the ground, pick up the ball, try to put it in their hands, and then try to tell them or force them to hit the ball back to you. That's what you're doing in the relationships when you are fucking around like that. You understand?
Right. And you make it sound goofy, like with that analogy,
right.
And people will be like, oh, that sounds so silly. But
right.
the fact is,
that's what people are
you
doing.
find that you like somebody, and you're like, well, we had a good thing going on. There was some ping pong back and forth.
Right.
And now it seems kind of like, she's not as responsive as she was. So maybe she's just going through something. Maybe if
right, they always talk about that shit.
A few times,
exactly.
Because I really like her, and I've invested time into her. Right.
But see, that's the thing, though.
And I'm saying her just because we're talking. This is a video for men.
Right.
But honestly, in my experience, I don't date women. I date men. This happens to me a lot too.
Right.
Where I'm like, I've had sex with a guy a few times. I like him. We've had something good going on, and he's starting to back off, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, I thought we had something good, so I'll like keep trying to
make it happen, right?
And I'll keep like kind of trying to like make excuses for him, or like believe his excuses. And what I'm hearing from you is, I just need to cut him off.
Right. That's
like,
the same.
He's
right.
not trying to play the ping pong game with me anymore.
Exactly. See, the thing is, for people, the person, the chick, she needs to be playing the game with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that since let's say if you had a situation with her where she, y'all had sex, y'all been hanging out, everything seemed cool, and then it seems like she's backing off or she's ghosting you or whatever. So since you had shit in the past that was going well, right? Since you had the shit in the past, you feel like, well, I put in all this time, so I have to save it. I have to make it go down. But see, the interesting part about that is that since those things were going well a few weeks ago, basically it should be going, up. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning,
right. She should be moving forward with you.
Right. She should be hitting you up, and you guys going back and forth. It shouldn't be like it's declining. So if you see it's declining, then why are you continuing to try to save this sinking ship? You feel what I'm saying? But again, that goes to the whole thing where people, they feel they've invested all this time. And that's another thing I got to talk about. Don't invest all this fucking time into these chicks. So like I had a friend who he was hitting up some chick on OkCupid, right? And then what happened was he basically they had this long ass text on OkCupid. First of all, like going back and forth.
He was feeling her, and he thought she was feeling him.
Right. So they were going back and forth a little too much on OkCupid. So
and how much is too much?
Too much. Okay, if you're on an online dating site and you're texting a chick, between the both of you, there should be no more than 5 to 6 messages combined.
What?
Yes. And I'll give you an example. You hit up a chick on, let's say, OkCupid or Tinder. If you match on Tinder, you hit her up, whatever.
Can you say 6 to 20?
No, 20. Hell no. This is what I'm saying. Exactly. I'm glad. Look, I'll give you an example. Boom. I send the first text. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What are you up to this weekend? We should get a drink, right? That's the first text. She's like, I'm free, Friday, whatever. Cool. So there's this spot. This is the third text I'm sending. This is the third text that's happening. There's a spot on Main Street, that I know. Text me or give me your number. And then she gives you the number. He's like, all right, cool. I'll meet you on Friday. And that's that. That's like 5 or 6 already.
Okay, well, Mr. Lucario, you're the expert. Mm-hmm. The majority of us will send a message like, hey, right? That's message number 1.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
The response message is, hey.
Right, but you shouldn't send that, though. That's
what I'm saying is, this is why I'm saying 6 to 20, right? Maybe you're not as direct as...
But you should be. That's what I'm saying. We're online, and this is what we talk about with investing. See, that's why you will end up trying to make it work, because you're like, well, I sent 20 messages already. I gotta make it work.
As soon as possible, ask about setting up a date.
And
see, the reason for me, I want to feel the person out a little bit.
And that's what I'm saying.
Pushing too hard to meet up right away, then I feel nervous.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can do that if you understand what I'm saying. All I'm saying is this: is that at the beginning you should be investing as little as possible, and the reason why is because when you invest too much in the beginning, right? That's what leads you to feel like I need to salvage this situation when it's going fucked up. Right. Because you feel like I put so much energy and effort into this person and we've taken it this far. I don't want to stop it again, because on a subconscious level, you're thinking, damn, well, if I kick this person to the curb, I got to find somebody new. And then I got to do the whole thing over. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying.
Right, so you're saying make it easier up front.
For yourself. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, 5 to 6 messages. And if you guys are hitting up chicks and they're on that, I got to get to know you a little bit more, right?
Like me.
Exactly. Either, you kick them to the curb, which is what I would do, or, charm to the game.
Okay.
Charm to the game. Or what you can do is that, especially with the online thing, you reiterate the fact of trying to move the conversation along. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You mean trying to meet up?
Yes.
Offline.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you might say to a girl, hey, what's up? Let's get together this weekend. When are you free? And then she'll write a message to you like, oh, hey, what's up? Tell me something about yourself or some
because
stupid
I want to know
like
a little
that.
bit about you.
Right.
I want to make sure you're not a psycho killer.
Right. And then
I'm not going to come right out and be like, so are you a psycho killer?
Right.
No, I'm going to beat around the bush.
Right. So then if somebody's like, oh, hey, tell me about yourself. What you could do if you want to keep going, I personally wouldn't. What you could keep doing is you could go and say, oh, well, on my profile, it says I'm blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so when are you free to get together? You see what I'm saying?
So I guess if you have an actual profile, a lot of people do.
Right. So put your profile there so she wouldn't have to ask those questions.
Right, and then you've saved yourself time because you put a profile up that every woman can read.
You see what I'm saying?
And then she already knows all that about you and can decide from that if she wants to.
Right, but what I'm saying is the investment shit is the thing that's fucking people up. So what I'm saying with my friend, he did all those messages on OkCupid, and then he FaceTimed the girl because he was like, he got catfished before, so he wants to sort of see if the person's a real person. And I'm like, cool, that's cool. But he was on FaceTime with her for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And just going back and forth, talking all this shit.
And they hadn't met yet.
And they hadn't met yet, right? So they were supposed to meet later that week. And then all of a sudden, she just basically flaked on the dude, right? So she sent him a text saying, oh, hey, what's up? I can't make it. And she didn't even give a counter date. She was just like, oh, I can't make it today. I'm sorry, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then what happened was, since he, put all that investment into it, he was like, and I remember I'm talking to him. He's like, nah, I got to text her. I got to text her. I got to try to get her back. Because he wanted to smash. He wanted to hit it.
Right.
And so he's like, I already got this far. I gotta get it going. I gotta keep it going and the reason why he feels that way is because he's put in so much energy into the shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
He's already thinking, like they had a nice conversation.
Right.
And, he feels like she's somebody he would like to mess with.
Right, but more so is the investment because, and that's why you end up clinging to that person because like if I said, yo, I got this business idea, right? And I said, listen, I'm gonna need you to invest some money. Now, if you invest a quarter, 25 cents, right?
Right.
And then somebody else invests $10,000, right? The person who invests $10,000 is going to be more like, I need this to work because I want to get, my money back off of this shit. I want, to get the joints. The person who invested a quarter is like, well, it's fuck it. It just didn't work. You feel what I'm saying?
And that person has so many other quarters now to invest in other companies.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? so that's what I'm saying. So the thing that you guys got to understand is that, when it comes to this shit, don't, first of all, don't invest too much into this shit. Also, the girl has to play the game with you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
If you see the person that you've been dating a little while or you've seen a few times, if you notice them backing off.
Right.
You have to get enough self-esteem to be like, I'm not going to keep chasing this person. Right. And it's hard, right? Because you feel like, well, I liked the person and I thought she liked me, or in my case, I thought he liked me. But clearly, if this guy really wanted to see me, if he wanted to see me enough, he would make it happen. Like, I know it's not that hard to meet up. Like, I don't care how busy you are.
Right, but the thing is this.
We all have a life otherwise.
Right.
But if you wanted to see me, we could have made it happen.
Right.
And it didn't happen, which means you didn't want to see me enough, right? And I need to, then value myself enough to be like, I'm going to keep it moving.
Right. But also, too, what people got to understand is that any relationship that you're having, any situation that you're in, every day is new. It's a new situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens is, like we were saying earlier, everything was going well up until now.
Yeah.
And then, so you think, well,
because of
that, I got to try to save it, right? And what I was saying earlier is that, if anything, if we're just going to go off of the whole premise of because it was happening well now, what I'm saying is that it should continue to go, especially in the early stages. It's not like I've been together for 20 years and, shit, just whatever. You just started dating this chick a month ago, so it should be going up. You understand? But it doesn't necessarily even need to go up. And the reason why I'm saying is that because every moment is new and is different. So what that means is that just because you had a great time with Tiffany last 2 weeks and y'all been fucking and everything has been great, today you're trying to get with Tiffany and call her and she's not responding, and then you try to hit her up again a few days later and then she's not responding, and it's because it's a new fucking day. So it's like she's not feeling you like she was before. So you got to let that shit go. You feel what I'm saying? But again, if you were the type of person who first, invested all that fucking time in Tiffany initially, you understand? That's one thing.
It'll make it harder for you.
That'll make it harder. That's one. Then the fact of you holding on to the past things that happened with you and Tiffany. So now it's hard for you to face reality that right now it's not working with Tiffany. You feel what I'm saying? And she's not playing the game with you anymore. She stopped hitting the ping pong ball back to you. You feel what I'm saying? And so
find someone else.
Find somebody else to play the fucking game with you. Click the link below or go to MrLocario.com to get tickets for the Bad Boy Seminar, which is on March 25th, 2017. Space is limited, so get your tickets today.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.